Round 11 of the ANZ Championship passed off at Allphones Arena in Sydney, with the New South Wales Swifts up against the ladder-leading Adelaide Thunderbirds. The Queensland Firebirds and Melbourne Vixens took to the court in Brisbane in the second game on Aussie soil. The final game of the Sunday netball triple-header had the defending champions Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic against the Southern Steel in Rotorua. And it was the Tactics at home to the Central Pulse to close out Round 11, so let's check out all the action. Allphones Arena in Sydney hosted the Round 11 blockbuster between the New South Wales Swifts and the Adelaide Thunderbirds. It was a fiercely contested opening 15 minutes, with the Thunderbirds taking the early edge to lead 13-11 at the first break. The home side fought back in the second period, with an outstanding defensive effort restricting the Thunderbirds to just 8 goals while netting 10 of their own at the other end. Scores were level at 21-all at the long break. The Thunderbirds again took the ascendancy in the third period as they found greater access to Carla Borrego under the post. Borrego shot 9 from 10 for the quarter, but the Swifts still picked up plenty of ball in the defence end. The match was poised beautifully heading into the final 15 minutes in front of a Swifts record minor round crowd of just over 8,000. The home side threw everything at the Thunderbirds in the final stanza, but as they have all season, the visitors maintained their composure and held off a gallant Swifts outfit for an important 46-43 victory heading into their bye week.
We were given a game plan by the coaches, and each and every one of us stuck to it, kept pushing, even when it wasn't working, kept trying it, and came over the line at the end.
The Queensland Firebirds returned to their traditional home in Brisbane for an important Round 11 clash with the Melbourne Vixens, with both sides looking to cement their double chance. It was the Vixens who took the honours in the opening 15 minutes, and had it not been for an inaccurate shooting, the margin could have been greater. The Vixens took a 14-12 quarter-time advantage. The second period was a goal-for-goal affair, with neither side being able to put the other away. After 30 minutes, it was the Vixens who held a 27-25 advantage over the home side. The third quarter was another tightly contested period, with Romelda Aiken scoring 10 of the Firebirds' goals, while at the other end, Karen Howarth was the go-to shooter for the Vixens. The visitors held a 4-goal advantage heading into the final 15 minutes, and despite the Firebirds throwing everything at the Vixens, they pushed the final margin to 6 goals, taking a 53-47 victory, taking them to second place on the ladder.
I am really proud of them, and we just spoke briefly at the end there that I was really happy with their control and composure towards the end of the match. But we really wanted to be able to put out quality performance across the game, and I think we've taken a step towards that today.
The Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic took to the court at home in Rotorua, looking to reverse the 7-goal loss to the Southern Steel inflicted in Round 9. But it was the visitors who set the pace early, with Janelle Fowler unstoppable with accurate feeds coming from all angles. At the other end, Magic star Irene van Dijk looked back to her best, slotting home 9 from 10 for the period. The Steel won a high-scoring opening 15 minutes, 16-14. It was all the Steel in the early stages of the second quarter, opening up an 8-goal advantage. But the defending champions regrouped and ran home the first half to trail by just 2 goals at the main break. The momentum looked to have shifted to the Magic in the third period, restricting the supply to Fowler and shooting 15 from 16 themselves, giving them a 43-41 three-quarter time lead. It was vintage Magic in the final 15 minutes, with stifling defence and perfect shooting and attack as they took the quarter 15-11 and the match 58-52.
We managed to keep that intensity up and absorb what they were throwing at us. There was some niggly stuff in there, so that takes a lot to absorb and be able to make good decisions, deliver good passes. So yeah, that was a big step up for us.
The CBS Canterbury Arena in Christchurch played host to the Tactics and Central Pulse in a critical match for the visitors' finals chances. It was a scrappy opening to the match as both sides struggled to convert on attack. The Pulse settled the better in the late stages of the first period, with captain Katrina Grant in great form. The second quarter was riddled with errors, but the visitors took the quarter and led 30-24 at the long break, but the frustration was clear for all to see. It was all one-way Pulse traffic in the third quarter as they dominated both in attack and defence and took a 13-goal advantage into the three-quarter time break. The final 15 minutes was a high-scoring affair, but it was the Pulse who continued to dominate with intercepts galore, none more so than Grant, who was outstanding all night. The Pulse took the match 62-45, a club record 6th win in a single season, keeping their finals hopes alive.
We did throw it away a few times, and I showed a bit of ill discipline, not very good teamy when I smacked the ball down there at half time. So it was, both of us were a little bit angry, but you know, a win's a win and we've got to take that, and I think there was some really good stuff in there.
So after 11 rounds, the Thunderbirds are 2 games clear on top of the table, with the Vixens, Firebirds and Magic all holding their positions in the top 4.